Alright. Oh, fuck. There we go. I made a whole 5% last time. First, I'm gonna go hand in those bile vessels. I remember. At least, putting aside the one where the boss went off the screen, my issue seemed to be just having enough health to face tanker attacks. Which, isn't exactly a skill for anything, but you need to do something while you're learning the timing and patterns. Where is that anyway? Yeah, it would just be straight down. I mean, no worries. Well, straight down and then to the right. Just go as far out as possible. It locks you into place until the lift comes, so which is kind of interesting. You can... that sometimes I'll come in and be able to jump and hit stuff. Does make me wonder why these are here, though. Yeah, dying. This is... which one's dying? This is one's dying. Alright, brain's slowly coming alive. I'm gonna go all the way down. I believe that's us. Alright. I just cleared my nose and it feels like it's already filled again. See, it's not... you need to basically hit them together. Hello, Hammer. I'm gonna get those, my bile vessels filled. So we have some spares kicking about before we go try and fight to the prick again. This is the right one. It is indeed, I saw that today. It's DMC3 Special Edition on Switch. Which, any which way you can get it is a game I would heartily recommend. Because DMC3 is where like this series really began to like take form as it is today. And Special Edition adds like so much extra shit and fixes like a bunch of little things that it's just like there's no reason not to. Wait. I know there is a doorway over there for it. Oh, that helps. Well, at least it didn't like kill me outright, which I kind of feared it would. Oh, Mamley. Ooh. Oh, fuck my nose. It did increase, didn't it? It's 7 now, yes. I had 6 before, that's good. I actually thought I had 2 kick. Oh, do I need to do it one by one? Yeah, okay. Oh wait, no, that is... whatever. I guess you do need to do it one by one. In case you want to spend, like, the money individually. I wasn't paying attention to the first message, because I was kind of like, oh, we're here, hit the button. If this isn't enough health to just face tank it at least, then, we're gonna be in for a bit of a long haul, maybe. Maybe. And again, I have also waited the customary, 2 days. Which means that my body will now have absorbed the muscle memory, and we should just be fine. Because that's exactly how that works every time. My critical theory for playing games like the Souls games you get really stuck and really mad, go away for like 2 days, 3 days, a week, and you will just develop the ability to destroy in your absence. Works every time. I don't know what I'm doing at this one, really. So I do want to, I'll have to like go up to the other one and stop at that anyway. I think he did tap me there. Panzer can mean tank, armor, or shell. Shell can also be translated as skill, and armor can also be translated as Rüstung, depending on the context. I figured it was tank because, you know, that's the only time I've ever heard the word used, honestly. It's just in reference to tanks. Never actually thought about it beyond that. I guess that's something. I don't know if you'll know this or not, but like, would you know, Emily, if like Panzer, the word for it, is like derived from? Cause like they call it, like at least the story may be apocryphal. I don't know if it is true or not. That I heard was that when the British began like fielding tanks in World War One, to transport them undetected, they would just label the big boxes they were in tanks, as in, you know, like gas tanks and shit, to try and disguise the fact that it's a big hell vehicle inside it. Does like Panzer have a similar etymology, or do they just declare the word for Panzer? Only 1,000-year door, the Koopas have their shells referred to as that word. Interesting. Man, that's a bit of an arcane image. That's the Koopas referring to their shells as Panzer. Pardon me. I should actually check my equip spell because I don't know offhand, but fuck it, let's just go. There's no idea moment. Pardon me. I don't know. I think she's too small of an enemy for this to multi-tap effectively, so maybe like this actually would be the best bet. If you can land it, though, is the thing. And I should just fly. So it's just a driving armor. Fair enough. That works.
Penitent one in sleeplessness, carrying that we have been
Yeah. I wish I could just tap people by standing at them aggressively. You just parry that in the middle of it, you cheeky git. Oh, well, that's my entire bad. That was the wrong button, Gavin. Oh, you just dash at me anyway. I am fucking this up entirely. Can't hurt me when I'm taking my sippy of blood. Ow. That's cheeky, the fact that she has a hitbox before she actually physically appears. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Oh! Fucking by the skin of my teeth. Oh, look at that. Did not kill her. She'll be back. Oh, if you're here, that means we're going straight into another boss fight. Interesting that she wasn't there for that fight. Thinking about it. She wasn't there to signify that fight. That's curious. Let's see. Finished Shakedown Hawaii yesterday. Hey. 9 hours to mostly 100%. Minus a few chivos. Would recommend. May not full price. One sale. Good to know. Good to know. Oh yeah, we're fighting her again, like right here or some shit, aren't we? We're going to fight Jesus.
In my dreams, I heard your footsteps coming closer. In my dreams, I tried to talk to you and introduce myself.
Just turn it up a bit for myself. Sorry.
Guardian of the miracle and of the miracle banner, with great pain, I carry the emblem of the Father. I am the hands of bloodied skin. I am the eyes from which our mother gazes. But nothing I know of you, apart from your cold, nameless visage, apart from your calloused and wounded hands, apart from the mourning of your deaths.
No, we don't talk about my deaths.
No, I know nothing of you. Only the miracle knows.
Oh.
Now may your sword full of guilt with mine of gold collide.
Fucking the Pope himself.
Let them hurt and march in procession. I curse you forever in name. I bless you forever in death.
Oh, yeah, we heard you record. Oh. I'm inside your shield, I think. He's been referenced a few times in the game. Tried the dash there. Yeah, it's considerably less HP, which means something bitter. He's got a second form, or something. He did a hell of a lot of damage, though.
Now you see me awoken as the son of the true miracle.
Hmm. A snowstorm. To be fair, I'm surprised there aren't. Whoa, look at you. Oh, that's the big thing we've been seeing that opens up and all that. Oh, that's unfortunate. This fucking sword is giving me the... Right, we're gonna have to crack the sword then, are we? Oh. Yep, there's that face we've been seeing in cutscenes after some bosses die. Spells too, fucker. Ow. Yeah, okay, come on. I cannot move before each lightning bolt gets me. That's very rude. These platforms are catching the thing. Fucker. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need a second shot at this. It's kind of ideal to get this. Poison gas ones are really not what I need. Did you hear that better on the death screen? Like my controller was like buzzing along with it. Like the boss is like still attacking or something in the background. Like the controller, like there it is again. Just making sure I'm dead. Bosses are immune against divine death. Boo. Boo. Alright. Hate it when games do that. They're like, you know, don't make bosses immune to the special, like, super cool powers. What's even the point? Yeah. I noticed my grave thing isn't here. It's in the other arena, which is a bit interesting.
Now may not die. I bless.
Fucker. I was trying so hard to just... Oh, I'm really bad at dodging those, good lord. Don't just beat on him and recklessly lose health, you fucking idiot. I promise you I dodged that. Well, not dodge that, but you know, like, hit the fucking dash button. Please dash through him. Okay, I might just actually take the L. No, because then well, no, I'm not even using it that much, so fuck it, just give me the L on that one. I'm taking way too much damage. This spell is hit, like, actually very hard. I'm taking way too much damage from that. So I just hear something downstairs get dropped and destroyed. I'm gonna ask, well, why are you building your magic up then? Really, just have it. Well, on that note. I may only get 3 shots of that, so actually. Most uses. And then we'll swap over to the other fight, because I don't think this will actually reach the other guy, or his eyeball. Or me. Aye.
Now may I...
The invincibility box for my dash is very curious. What do you mean? Curious. Also, my execution for the dash is still terrible, despite attempting to practice it earlier, thinking I had it, and I guess choking under pressure. I mean, somewhat cleaner, but not ideal.
You have shut. Now you see me awoke.
Divine Death would only work in combination with Curse anyway, so most people wouldn't even have the idea to use it, considering how many skills there are. I feel like you should reward. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Especially if it's like, because of the resistance thing, it's not going to be thought of. Someone who actually does think that combination through should be rewarded for using it. Not least to make your super important plot abilities, you know, actually useful. To actually make them feel like they matter. Hey, there is our guild thing stayed. I'm surprised. Opening with the death beam, are we? That's just dick. Oh, I don't have the lightning spell equipped. He's just gonna get tapped like once or twice. I mean, at least the face stays open quite a bit. So, like, you're not completely screwed. Oh. This feels like a fucking... like a Super Nintendo platformer boss more than anything, doesn't it? Okay, then. You see the damage that fireball took off of me? Can't be a form 3. That's not a form 3. He's done it. Soma Blasphema. Blasphemia. Yeah, like a sliver. Another one would have killed me then and there.
You have freed His Holiness from his afflicted torment, and now he walks by the old processions on the other side of the dream. The cradle of the grievous miracle, the final relic, the grail of blood and gold that emanated from the forehead of the Father as he silently lamented the moment of his blessed twisting. That first relic is here, at the top of the Ashen Mountain, next to the turned throne where His Holiness was kissed by a miraculous pain. And now, your final communion with the miracle awaits. Only you would be able to know how much of it has seeped into your guilty heart. Your communion with
Final choice, the final, or like how, depending on what you've done to people or whatever, what happens to you? I'm curious.
mountain of ashes that swallowed up sins and sinners alike has had no mercy on you either.
Was I simply eaten by it?
At the mercy of the miracle you were, and at the mercy of the miracle you remain. You are no longer anything but one more anonymous visage, without a voice, without countenance. Your penitence is over.
I feel like there must be another ending. Maybe for 100%, maybe for like doing specific side quests, I don't know, but I feel like there must be another ending. That one's a bit just like, well, you fucked it. And, you know, it would make sense, I feel like. So that kind of implies like, well, you fucked it. Final dungeon is basically a combination of 6 smaller dungeons. You defeat the 5 minions of the final boss, which includes Josephina, and then you can proceed to the final boss. Defeated 2, but they were much weaker than her. One of them I defeated easily without curse just by spamming lightning bolt. Fair enough. There is another ending. You don't know. I guess it's like, tell me this much: is it for 100%, or is it for doing specific things? You don't have to read into detail if you don't want to. You just like tell me like at a glance. Like at a glance, does it just say 100%, or does it? Or maybe it's something you have to do like in the final area or fight. We did not get the skeleton, no. I only have like 5 bones left on that. So I might as well go hunting for those. It's not 100% and it seems to be a bit obscure. Okay. Don't know if you'll find it out hard to do it by checking. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll do then, because I like this will actually happened a lot faster than I expected it to, by far. What I will do is we'll go bone hunting. I say bone hunting. I'll probably dig up a guide We'll get like the last few bones, see what happens when we get all the bones. And then I guess I'll try that chalice thing again. That Hell Chalice challenge. Yes, I do want to look up how to get all the bones, but I didn't mean like I'll do it between streams. I mean I'll do it on stream. So we're gonna do that now. Basically. And there'd be Crisanta that was kind of got sucked into like, oh, here he is, let us go. And then I realized I was at the final boss, but you know, I'm not just gonna go like, oh well, half an hour, got call it. Because even I'm like, well, fuck. Besides, what I do want to see what happens when we get the bones. Can I look up the bones without being told what the bones do? Let's find out. So now we know we've like seen every major area in the game. All that's really left is, you know, clean up, really. Pontiff Escobar. The only voice in all of this that I didn't like was Crisanta's. No harm to her, she really just sounded out of place. Compared to everyone else's lofty and somewhat accented voices. Let's see. Blasphemous bone locations. That was gonna be a kind of a thing though, isn't it? Because like because the bones all have names, but this one's just listing them by number. Lost Bones 1 and doesn't say what bone it is. It tells you where to get it. Doesn't tell you what bone it is. Although it does provide images, so I might as well can just run down from here. Right now, you know, like the Children of the Moonlight thing is probably also something you need to do. They probably get all of them. And then maybe that has something to do with it. Although, I wonder if that's kind of falling into 100% territory. Again, I will look up like what the actual specifics are after doing the things I'm aware of. And then, you know, we'll see how close I can get. To be fair, like there was stuff like we sent the guy, like, the guy who was worshipping the permanently tortured lady. We gave him the thing from his old order, and he went back there. I didn't actually go back to talk to him. The lady, I don't know where she is. She just kind of disappeared, and I don't know if she reappears somewhere else. She might appear in the Covenant on top of the mountain. Maybe not. She could just be fucking anywhere, really. If she does appear anywhere else. There might be like a key or something in one of the shops, because I didn't buy everything from every shop. One of them was just like here's a relic to fight toxic damage, but you know. Didn't need that. Yeah, Blasphemous is really good. Has like only remarkably very, very few design issues, and by design issues I mean like spike pits. But apart from that, like that's a really fucking good game. Like it's very extremely my shit. Metroidvania, like religious imagery and you know, religious Christianity themed, styled world and mythology and shit, like all ominous and all about sacrifice and torture and guilt and sorrow and sin and you know, human misery made real and magic. Very gothic in many ways. Fucking like the art and animation are incredible. It plays really well. I think, honestly, like, I would say one issue area, well, not issue, like, area it falls down in is bosses. There are some, like, really rad fights. There, like, the Inquisitor fight, Cursey, however you pronounce the name. The Flame Sword Inquisitor, which no one was here to see. He was really... I really liked that fight. The fight we hear... the fight with the demon guy, like the first problem, not the first boss, like the first golden face boss, like the big tree demon guy, he was pretty good. The baby fight was awkward and weird because like the tendril monster you were actually fighting moved very weirdly. It had only like 2 weak points and they weren't always in reach, and it could just deal fuck tons of damage to you by just walking into you, and it would frequently be walking into you because it's darting all over the place. A lot of bosses kind of relied on the whole, like, you're on this, like, a walkway, and a big thing appears in the background, and you have to jump at it and hit it. Even the final boss was kind of that. Final boss is more interesting because it was all, like, platforming, shifting in and out. You had to, like, hit his big sword and dodge magic spells and all. The three, anguishes, Trace and Anguinistas, or however it was, they were a really good fight. Like, the giant skeletal... Pope? Priest? High Priest? He was a weak fight. Our Lady of the Charged Visage looked really nice, but he was just more of the, you know, big monster you jump at and smack from a walkway thing. Everything looked really nice, but a lot of them were just kind of either the same thing or a bit, you know, just overly simple. And then you had fights like Crisanta and the Heavy Knight guy, which were pretty rad. Mind you, I don't know if I actually saw all bosses either at that, but... yeah, like... I feel like that's kind of like they ended up committing more to a Metroidvania thing than a Soul-style thing, where like they tuned... I don't know how it would go, and basically like... kinda didn't know what to do with a lot of bosses. So they just kind of made all of them end up... either, maybe like not exactly intentionally, but they all just kind of end up the same. A lot of them anyway. Still, though, mostly makes, like, apart from that, it makes, like, really good use of its, and the spike puts, it makes really good use of its format, and it's an interesting mix. I would heartily recommend that to, like, basically anyone. Well, maybe not basically anyone, but, you know, anyone with a thirst for Metroidvanias or Souls games like this gives, like, top recommendation. Oops. Paula Fingerspit Ruiz. Pardon me. Our fellow Indie. Who are all these anyway? From VR. I guess they're all just... I mean, not exactly associated with a studio or a brand name or anything, just fellow developers. These credits could stand to move a wee bit faster. I don't want to skip them, that feels rude. Especially as I might not come back to them, but they could stand to go a wee bit faster. Pretty sure I have it. Let's just scan through these. I want to hide behind the hidden wall, so I may not have that one. I'm pretty sure I do, but I may not. I might as well, because I haven't been to these three areas in ages, I might as well check these three before pushing on. We'll just follow around, down and around, looking at bones. I can recognize some of the areas right off and go like, yeah, I have that bone. For sure. Also, I knew it. They have a screenshot from the very start of the game. Like, This shows one of the bones. It's in like the graveyard area, and they have no graves there, whereas we have 2 graves. And now I'm kind of paranoid. It's like, are those graves from like the bits I handed into like the Burial Brotherhood? Even though the bits were apparently from the same woman. Are those NPCs whose things I fucked up? Mark British Gaming Brown, I know him. He's a YouTuber I watch. He makes Game Maker's Toolkit. He's mostly good. He's most like a genuinely good video maker and mostly good things. Every so often, he talks shit about like Metroidvania design, and sometimes I want to slap him because it's like, no, you fail to understand gameplay mechanics. But then, you know, otherwise, really understand stuff and has good ideas. It's just like, he's good shit. I would recommend him. Just, you know, don't listen to his opinions on Metroid. Metroid level design, I mean. I guess these are like top backers, are they? We might end up skipping in the middle of the backers. Searching for more short stories similar to Ted the Caver. Any luck? I mean, that's a bit over, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. I was half expecting him to like hold up his other eye or something. Man's neck. This is a pretty neat thing to do for top backers, though. Hash. Oh, I see. These are not just backer names. Well, I didn't back it, so... One of the first things I found was the Dionea house. It was fairly similar to Ted the Caver, but sadly much worse. Oh dear. Do tell. Dionea house. I mean, that's one way to make your name stand out in a big Kickstarter list, isn't it? Just all caps. And if I had the money at the time, I would have backed this though, because fuck me. Oh, look at it. Hey, they got my money in the end. I do like it when you just see like a handle in the middle of like all real names, just Albedo 777. Yeah, let's just go. Oh. Is it gonna be like a stat screen at the end or something, is it? No. Just the sword left in the ashes. Hey. Why not? Did you end up checking out that VN? If you're asking me, no, because I do not remember the VN in question. It blanks my mind. Yeah, no, like, that was effectively a sliver of health. Like, our fireball touched me, that'd been it. Isekai one called Crystalline. Ah, right. No, I haven't. Before I forget again. That's just... Yeah, that's the one. Let's just stick that on the wish list, and that way I will remember to look at it after this. Here. Right. Off we depart. I noticed it is only like 15 points, so I should get around to that pretty easily. Alright, up first we're gonna go bone hunting. And to do that, we're gonna basically just start from the start and follow this all the way. Follow this bone list. Before I commit to this list of bones, I mean, the other one I found is basically exactly the same thing, just with different screenshots. So fuck it. Yeah, we can just run across here, warp down to the thing, and then I'll do this. The red sword is very striking. I said that Ted the Cave was great because it was greedy and without the horror. It was a genuinely interesting story about exploring caves that really went into detail when it came to caving techniques. That's pretty good. The Diona house has nothing to offer except a scary story. Also, it has no real structure. In Ted the Caver, he slowly explores the caves and more weird things start to happen, but you also never see the monster. I'm gonna guess the Dionia house tries to explain the monster to you in great detail, visibly. And just kind of falls apart because of it. Which is also kind of the problem with things like Lovecraft stories. Because, you know, people today aren't really afraid of fishmen, they just kind of want to have sex with those. The true horror was Lovecraft predicting the future. Yeah. Let's say what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I just... There's gotta be one of these that lists all the bones by what they are. Here we go. Oh, excellent. This one even has like the map square its own. Rather than like the screen. Okay. What order are these in? Compared to this. Let's see. I think I'm going to Weston the Pilgrim. That's the one I don't have. Sorry. Pretty sure. Easier way, easier way. Zoom in on this. Let's take down the names. The missing bones. Sorry for the clicking next to the mic. That's where the mouse is currently sitting. Let's see. Ankle bone. Weston the Pilgrim. Clavicle of Dalvicin the School Child. What prick. Next row down. Another phalanx. This one whoops. Another phalanx. This one of Arthur the Sailor. Is that the right bone? That's the right bone. And there's these two. The Shapoid. In Dionia House, it feels like the author just wrote whatever came to mind and never built up any suspense. Scary and non-scary things just happen randomly. Well, when you see it, that means it's unpredictable, and therefore you will never know it. That guy's name is Fierce the Leper. Alright. And the Navicular of Canny-Hoo the Murderer. K-A-H-N-N-Y-H-O-O. Canny-Hoo the Murderer. That's a fucking fun one. Then I believe we have all the rest. We do. Excellent. Alright. Up first is the ankle bone of Weston the Pilgrim. Which is... Where is that? There. Up here. There. It's a square beneath this one, but above that one. So there's a breakable floor that has that one. It's fine, it's directly above us. We can just use the lift to get up there. Is like, what is the central threat of Dionia, of the Dionia house? Like, what is, like, I presume guy gets trapped in a house or sees weird shit in a spooky house. What is ostensibly the thing that's happening? Right, it is... Ah. I don't see, like, apart from the fact that there was, like, a split in the ground there, which now that I know to look for it, I would see it. Like, I don't know how you know that was there without just stumbling into it. I guess if you find one of the floor ones, you should start, like, staring at all the floors. I'll be interested to know how many of the missing bones are floor bones. Ankle bone of Weston the Pilgrim. Well, clavicle. Oh, Dalvicin. It's in the Holy Line. Holy Line is you. Wouldn't you know it? It's another floor one. By the look of it, it's another, like, map square beneath. I mean straight away. I mean, at least these two are actually pretty close together and also pretty easy to get to. And they're at the start of the game, which, to be fair, I haven't spent too much time in these. Hey. You can go in here now.
Penitent one in charity, this is my new home, and from here shall my vigil begin anew. Take these words I managed to transcribe from the voice of Our Lady amidst suffering, so they can become a prayer which you can raise in her memory.
Hey. Tiento to your thorned hairs.
The order blesses you, penitent one in the righteous path. The order blesses you.
Oops. Oh, is that where she went, essentially? Wrong button. Guess you would need to be hit. It's either I'm just invincible now, or you need to be hit to see anything. There's still remnants about somewhere then. Something to bear in mind.
The miracle has been merciful to us. As long as this brotherhood has brothers, even if just one, there will be hope for the ill. Take this as a token of gratitude.
Ah, so we completed
Penitent
his.
one in piety.
Hey. Good to have. What am I missing? So we need one other one after that. Curiosity is why we're checking everyone on the way back. And you got left first, major man in the snow. Nope, he's silent now. So his offers have come to an end. Is at the doorway at the end of this first area. Oh, you just pass through stuff now. That is quite useful. Surely that must apply to boss fights too then. That'd have been handy to fucking have, I tell you what. He has like no clothes. He has more durability than fucking just which toe is it? This one? No, it's not this. I'm looking for relics. Pop off that. Pop on that. Just to save me the baller. Right. Hey. Really is be suspicious of every floor. Speaking of being suspicious. Just had to be sure. I see that down there. This is one you need to kneel for. Finding secrets. Hello. Hey, the other one. That's pretty well buried, considering you can't get that until you have like the blood and also like the nail. And you can't get the nail until you've like walked the pilgrim all the way to like wherever it was in here. are multiple houses that look exactly the same. They all are connected. They are living creatures that consume humans. They cleverly lure people in and try to trick them into going to the second floor. From the outside, it looks like the house has no second floor. There they either never return or come back as brain-dead servants for the house, which kill people that manage to escape it. It does try to explain the monster in detail. That didn't bother me too much, since the explanation comes from some tough American lady which the house just cannot kill. At some point, she hits the ceiling with an axe and the house starts bleeding, and later she shoots one of the house servants that come after her, so that was at least fairly cool. I mean, yeah, that sounds rad. Not exactly what I call a horror thing, but that sounds pretty rad. At least that in concept is pretty rad. I just want to look for where the next bone is, because I'm going to go hand in these knots. Here's what we're looking for: a phalanx of Arthur the Sailor. Yeah, wasteland of the buried churches. These are all very early game bones, I'm noticing. This one is on the other side of, like, the first area after Albero. I guess they're, like, judging by the pattern. Well, I mean, the one in Graveyard Peaks I could have got the first time there, I just didn't know it was there. And didn't think to check, like, you know, for invisible floors. Or fake floors, rather. So hoping to tap them while running, but it just doesn't work out that way sometimes. It's not what I'm thinking of. Am I mistaken? No, it's the next one over. I was mistaken. It's like, I thought you could get to the other area from this end of it. And I'm right, I'm just in the wrong spot. Is it this one? Yes. So, like, that's basically her done, but I guess she just hangs around anyway. Yeah. So, I don't suppose we could do anything for her, no. The reason why it wasn't good is Ted the caver, I keep saying carver, caver, is that exploring a cave and reaching a part of it that no one has ever seen and then experiencing weird things you can't explain is inherently more disturbing than a slightly neglected house that eats people. That's true, because you've, like, you know, the cave, you find some sort of, like, arcane bumhole, and that has implications, like, how many, like, what the hell actually lurks within the caves, like, what else is beneath our very feet? It'd be the core of the earth, and or the crust of the earth and all the rest of it. Like, how we don't know what's down there. This raises questions, whereas spooky house eats people is kind of like, oh. I mean, there can only be so many spooky houses that eat people. And that's a rather more tangible thing you can fairly easily understand than, like, arcane bumhole where, like, the devil lives and he makes you see, like, the face of your mother in the walls. Or whatever. this one is there. And it's not a floor one this time by the look of it. I forget what this guy says. Oh, he's talking about the... Whoops. Talking about the Moonlight kids. See, like, that grave and that grave. And it looks like there's space for more, which kind of implies I must have fucked up at least 2 things. I mean, at the same time, I have only handed in, like, 2 remnants to that burial order, so maybe that's what these are for. But, you know, again, those are 2 bits for the same person. And they were both, like, chunks of Tentudia. Damn. They even say that the houses were built by the student of a crazy architect. That kind of takes out all the arcane nature of it, isn't it? Like, oh, you can just build these things, and of course, you know, like a crazy guy taught someone to build these things. Ah, sneaky devil. I noticed we were in this square and I was like, okay, invisible wall. No, it was a gap. We after a mysterious totem. This evidence would prove the existence of an impossible castle built under the sea, protected by its incessant waves. I do believe that might be some form of reference. The Shapoid, fierce leopard. This one's in the desecrated cistern. Down in Toiletland. What is this? Not very far into Toiletland at that. In fact, only like a few rooms after your first entrance to Toiletland. It would be faster going this way than going to like trying to find a warp point and running across, I'm pretty sure. Right, where are we going? We're going down to that one. Oh, yeah, down to that one, across that room, straight down, and then the lower exit. Okay. We'll see if I actually remember any of that, having like grumbled at that myself. Sudden paranoia for spikes, even though this is an area with spikes. Is it the right door? That's the right door. What I wanted for Christmas. What did you say, dare I ask? The author was actually nominated for the Oscar for the Best Adapted Screenplay in 2016 for the film Arrival. Seriously? Arrival, that's that one with like the big, you know, like it's a big alien ship and it's about like trying to communicate with these aliens while like military want to blow it up and all that. And I haven't watched it, but I heard that was like really good. Should be studying. Hello. Dare I ask if you live up to your name? Whoa. He's told her he wanted a small metallic figure of a metal king slime. And she told me that the post would cost just as much as the figure. The post would cost just as much as the figure itself because it would have to come from Japan. I told her, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, that is ridiculous. But that is kind of like the reality of importing figures. Right, this is where we are. Right? Yeah, room above. Oh, it's right there. Did I just not see? I haven't been here in a while. Did I just not see that last time? Why did I get that? Shop away to Fierce the Leper. That one's not even hidden. I'm just an idiot. I might even get it justice. Alright, one left. The Navicular of Cannyhoo the Murderer. This one is also in the Desecrated Cistern. Although this one is on the far end of it. It's there, apparently. This is going to be one involving the lift shenanigans, I think. Blasphemous is real good. Just didn't like clean up basically because we beat the game like what, an hour ago? Beat the final boss at least. Got what it seems to be the bad end, so attempting to stumble around into the correct solution for the good end before I just say fuck it and look it up. Yeah, that's a straight path. While I'm here, how far did I pop that in? Ooh. Right, this, yeah, just straight down here to our left, and off we go. Girls Frontline really wants me to touch my logistics. Day's going pretty well. Hello, I didn't see you up there last time. So I just realized I can't actually get down from here. Because the lift doesn't stop here. Oh well. Yeah, pretty good. Work went well enough. Beat Blasphemous. Wrong button, you dipshit. There we go. Only 5 of those to go. He wrote The Dionia House in 2004. He was the writer of a bunch of not necessarily good but fairly well known films. That surprises me. That's sounding like it's one of those things that you just have some anonymous internet writer put out. Surprised that hasn't, he hasn't revisited it and tried to shuffle it. I guess unless he's aware that it's like anyone early enough work or whatever. What other movies has he done then? I'm curious. Hear my cat very loudly washing himself in the doorway. Why the doorway, God only knows. Something for him and him alone to understand. I was hoping to just grab onto that ledge, but it's not a grabbable ledge. I don't even care. Strike me down, Prugas. It's not a grabbable ledge, you just said that. Yeah, one over, one down. Yep. Do you find it curious it doesn't start you on the ladder for ones like that? Down we go. There it is. What's the catch? Oh, the catch would be getting to it, actually, wouldn't it? Unless I did have the right idea and it's just something like equip the golden thing and drop down. Which it might be. Yeah, we don't have a double jump or anything. Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Final Destination 5, The Thing remake, and Lights Out. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Not necessarily good, but fairly well known. That's a decent way of putting that. Hello, my son. Are you tired? What's up with you? He's coming, he's all wide-eyed. Kitty cat. No. Yeah, the art for this game is super good. Like the animation and like the little cutscenes and all is like reminds me of like old PC games. This is very haunting is the word I'd use. I mean, we can't jump up, so the only thing I can think of is dropping down. I hope the gold one, I mean, having a ledge on this side seems, suspicious in that regard. Hello. So, yeah, fuck it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It is on this side. And there we go, we have all the bones. Now we just need to go turn them in. Right. I mean, dropping down from there will kill me. No golden thing can help me with that. Oh, he's plucking at the blanket to go to sleep. And the blanket's gonna be plucked to bits by the end of the winter. Which is a shame, because there's a very soft one and I like it, but then that's why he's doing this. It is soft and he likes it. And that actually ended up really well. We went this small loop and we ended up exactly at Alvaro's doorstep. Yeah, the animations are insanely smooth. Like, stupid good smooth. Like, the animation it's just like very smooth and also very detailed. It's like the way the little cloth on his shoulder constantly bounces about with your movement and everything. And here we are. I mean, if it starts a fight, I kind of doubt it will, but if it starts a fight, oh. It just gave me a fuck ton of money. Is that it? Oh wait, hang on. No, I see a missing bone. Yes. The Nissel bone of Charles the Artist. I believe in you should be studying, although you would need to study to make a game like this. That would be the ideal though, wouldn't it? The Nissel bone. It's in the sleeping canvases. Oh, that's how that works. I just had a revelation. It's beneath the elevator shaft from the library. And that elevator shaft must lead you over to that locked door I couldn't work out how to get past. Them bones make calcium. Commit to your plucking my cat. That's the kind of thing. We kind of have to summon the thing up and presumably be able to like jump underneath it and fall with the gold thing. Rather, there is a way underneath it without, you know, moving it. Is that a one way or can we just go straight over? I forget. We can't just go straight over. It's a slogan from a milk song, I think. I mean, it sounds right. I don't recognize it offhand. Oh, is it gonna have to be a thing where we have to pull it up and then just go all the way down and around? Without it? Let's write it down and see if we can get underneath without doing that. And if not, then time for a wee trip. No, like look at that. Do I have the gold one still on? Oh, it's a transition one. That gives me the willies. This will be Charles the Artist in a big spike room, of course. Why wouldn't you haunt me? In the church, it was commanded that no representation could be more beautiful than life itself. Alright, well, there's a corpse there. I presume that might be our lad himself. I saw that coming, but it would not let me out of the text box. Bit of an awkward place to come back to. There's a map square. And I don't think we need anything else in there. It's not hard to get to anyway. I saw on Reddit that he wrote another story 4 or 5 years ago similar to the Ionia House. I like that one a bit better. It's about some sort of in-between world that we can't see. People just get lost sometimes. There's a boy that vanishes, the mother finds a special way to develop photos. Takes a photos of the son's bedroom, and on the photo a door is visible right behind his bed. Pretty rad. We seem to have problems. Yeah, just across. What? He's still plucking. He's all wide-eyed after I cracked my toe there. Okay. Pet the cat. There. Do you feel safe now? Or do you feel comfy now? Whatever it was just keep me from sleeping. Nope. Up, turned around, and eyes washed himself. Yes, you can. What? You just stopped. What's up with you, kitty cat? Are you sitting on an angle or something? Is that why you keep stopping? I mean, you are at a wee bit of an angle on the pillow, but. Alright. I don't see any other missing bones. Wardroom of the Ossuary. In grey color scheme. We have become the Bone Lord. Well, that's that. I was kind of hoping they'd all fuse together into, like, a skeleton of raw suffering that you'd have to fight down here or something. Don't say Bone Lord. Where's our mech? We've been denied our skeleton man. Alright, let's see. Children of Moonlight. This is gonna be a wee bit trickier. Actually, this one just tells me what the reward for that is. Getting all 38 of them just gives you a spell that summons a group of them that does attack shit nearby for you. I don't know if that's worth hunting down. Although there is a whole list here of them, so oh, there's only 5, and I don't remember offhand. I don't have a list of individual Moonlight children to cross-reference, so that one I might just leave. Yeah, alright, let's see about this other ending then. Endings explained. What do you been paying attention in the game at all? Right, you. No. The wiki has been good to me. Let's use the wiki. Okay, you're right, Hammer. That is actually quite obscure. Alright, well. So, Immaculate Bead, yep. This is the thing. Comes in the darkness of the ocean floor. So yeah, I guess that should be the suspicious ones. Literally everything else does something, so you should like see this and go, okay, what? But I figured that'd be something like you hand it into an NPC like the Alta Gracious or whatever her name was, or the Stone Man in that one area, like in the fountain. So we gotta equip this, and we gotta cast herself into the void 3 times. It's just die 3 times, but you know, the void it is. Where is the nearest void? Nearest void, I think, would be just jumping down the lift shaft, honestly. Long door. Per. But no, I would not think to equip that to the rosary bead when there's like, you know, there's so many other useful ones of like tangible, helpful abilities and shit to actually touch and use. Alright, let's go park at, yeah, here. So we can just respawn, take the lift, and go back up. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Figures this shaft would be a bit awkward for this, wouldn't it? I mean, one of these has like a void. Let's just go to that and jump in it. See the thing I wrote earlier. I did not know, sorry. Later she takes a photo outside and sees that her house is fused to a much older house at the side where her son's bedroom is. Later she steps on a ladder where the invisible house is and takes a photo. Visible in that photo is the inside of a room in the old house, and in that room you can see the toy car that vanished with the sun. I do like that as a setup. That is like actually quite nice, like building. Like, you know, you got the photo and just like slowly piecing it together and following a logical chain of deduction. One of you have, I mean, I could just die to enemies, I suppose, but it's quicker just fall into a fucking pit. Oh, maybe. How hard is it to find death itself, honestly? I guess I could just go here and jump into spikes, honestly. But we're already here, so fuck it. Whoops. Nah, cause they do a whole lot of fucking away with that, just... Actually, there's a spike pit very near our barrow. Let's just use that. This is the one that's down, right? Yeah. Shifting my wit. I'm trying not to disturb the kitty cat, who is attempting to sleep but is still sitting upright a bit, which is his state 4. I will move at any time if any noise disturbs me too much. There we go. I really should have sat out barrow, shouldn't I? The decisions I make and condemn myself with. Hey, actually. It all works out. Hollow. Oh, it's popped off my chin. Oh wait, no, we've got something new. There's no trace of nacre left. Creates fervor when destroying surrounding. Oh wait, no, this is the other one. It's removed that from the list. Completely tainted. It has absorbed the sins of its wearer. Mumbles of the echoes of past mistakes. Statues of confessors used to carry beads like this. Same description. Alright, so we now have the weight of true guilt. We need to find and destroy the statues of confessors. Huh. Oh, the statues of confessors are the things you pay to get rid of your guilt. Alright. Well, the nearest one is right across from us. First, we're just gonna get rid of that. Apparently, I can just fucking brick them, so. That's pretty rad. Oh, it fucking figures, doesn't it? Why did I just use a spell? Or the blood projectile? I noticed that didn't give me any guilt. Fucking spike pits, man. That was very risky, but it worked out. Just went up here. I haven't seen those in a while. I guess these are all just convent-specific enemies. That was risky. Alright. A budding sprite. Oh, right. The thorn he gave us at the start of the game. And put it on the sword. So that did matter. You think there would have been more of a clue on this towards that? Alright, well, first, let's just tap this to get our shit back. Where we going? Brotherhood of Silent Sorrow, Grievous Sands, Library, Mercy Dreams, Mother of Mothers, Wall of Holy Prohibitions. It is... I don't know about easiest to get to... I think it might be easiest to get to that one from there. So we might as well do that while we're here. But then we're over here and like the nearest one is like where exactly? I like that. The end of the snow, the ash mine, rather, is undiscovered because we haven't actually made it there. Oh, there's one there, actually. The Mother of Mothers one. So actually, that'll be the plan. We'll go up through here all the way over there. That'll let me investigate the convent anyway, because I haven't been there in a while, and I suspect the tortured girl ended up there. But only suspect. Still got the fire off. Oi. Curiosity. I mean, I guess that's like, you have to realize. Whatever. What am I thinking of? Oh, never mind. You might just be dealing hefty damage because they're enemies with heft. Besides, this is here anyway. So like, through here all the way across and then just straight up and to the right. No worries. Maybe. While I'm at it, I guess she, like, the corridor, that's the boss corridor. So if she's not in one of these rooms, then she's in, like, these corridors. So I'm pretty sure that's just like a treasure pit at the end of that. Bit too eager. I didn't need to actually kill her, really. But, you know, why not? So that might hit. Did indeed. One above is the boss corridors. Nah, I think she's just gone. I might look into that myself after all this. I'm missing like a magic upgrade or two. That might be worth pursuing. Like, from what I understand, all I have to do after this is just fight the final boss again. See the ending sequence and then off we go. Just check these rooms again. One of these is like the last, like, HP lady. That was this one. And I forget what the other one was. Given this game's habits, I'm not sure I ever actually walked into the other one. Alright, this is where you get the mask. Which opens the way to the final boss. Right. Wee bit eager, but it works out. Done. That's right, there's like a doorway over there that carries us through. Just add last word and I'll feel get there. I saw that grid like receding there. It's down by default. Cheeky buggers. See, now the placement of these was actually a bit deliberate, seeing as they were actually hiding this secret. Well, no spikes in this arena. Although it has wafting clouds of gas. So we'll have to be careful of that. I already have the long equipped, we're good. Oh, well, fuck me then. Spawned on me. I knew it. When I saw like the little bell swinging ones, it's like, okay, this is gonna have the arch, like, cathedrals fucking enemy set. These guys are actually from a different area. I mean, you know, gotta indulge every once in a while, surely. Usually it's 3 taps for these guys. Keep myself topped up just in case. Ah. I thought it was gonna put me through like the gauntlet. Like, okay, now you fight like one of them and an angel, one of them and 2 angels, 2 of them. Heart of the single tone. Grown sprite. I guess its description will just stay the same all the way. Must have been a spell then, right? No? No, there it is, the heart, right. Inscrutable ringing. Makes its edge vibrate, causing its attacks to destroy certain immaterial projectiles, but reduces the elemental resistance of its wielder. So you can break magic, but if you get hit, you take even more damage. Talk about fucking like risk reward. The final boss's fireballs would probably kill me in 1 hit with that. Alright. Just back over across, up and then I guess just down into the mother of mothers. If we can do so without dying to a spike pit. It had already come up. I just walked into his rounded side. I object. Over, straight down, yeah, just down that shaft. Alright. I'm pretty sure that shaft is flying it to the spike hell, but you know. Did it once before, can do it again. I'm kinda curious that the big metal tree in the distance never really came to much itself. Ooh, that'd be stagger. Yeah, this one. You gotta sink a wee bit? Well, that's just cheeky. Frick. He stands up to do it, the monster. I can't see below me, so... Alright, yeah. This one you can just drop all the way to the doorway. There was no spikes after all, I was too nervous. Steady on. Well, the police are coming. They object to me cheesing. Well, fuck me then. Started me in a wacky place, didn't you? So this is the bell guy here. Real Games is having a sci-fi sale, but Stellar's Megacorp is sadly not included. Alas. Probably give that a gander myself. The seal, I mean. Oh good. Bells and wood, that means it's gonna be the big gets. The bell. Let's keep yourself topped up just in case. I know we're still fairly high, but you know. Yeah. Here we go. What can Streamlabs OBS do exactly compared to OBS? Hang on. Oh god, my foot. Basically, like, the chat on my screen Well, actually, I'm doing this in regular OBS. But, like, ostensibly, like, Streamlabs OBS lets you have, like, you know, cheer alerts and sub alerts and, you know, the stuff that Twitch partners and shit have. Like, and, you know, chat on screen. It's meant to have, like, a bunch of widgets and other stuff you can actually use and implement over your streaming stuff instead of just, you know, plain old OBS and its plugins. It's meant to be, like, ostensibly better. I found it to be a lot more of a nuisance and a lot more irritating to use. Because it wasn't just as straightforward as regular OBS. And to use it's like the one good feature, the chat on screen, all you need to do is like, you can just create like a little browser window option or something like that in OBS, give it the URL for the Streamlabs chat, and you know, you can just configure your Streamlabs chat on the website, like on Streamlabs website. You know, so set your font, your size, transparency, all the rest of it, and then every time you just, you know, you have a stream, as long as you have Streamlabs OBS like an account on there and it's tied up to your Twitch account and all, your chat will appear there, and so you can just have it appear on OBS, like on, you know, the regular one on screen using that wee option. Otherwise, like, there's no real... I mean, you're technically not using Streamlabs OBS in that sense. You can get an account and all for it to get that feature, but the actual program itself has no real use to, like, you or I, who are not Twitch affiliates or Twitch partners. It's nothing for the common man. Probably explained that like terribly, I know, but I didn't actually go in thinking hard to explain it. Oh, good. Tastio Sacrorum. Don't need an on-screen chat since so far I don't have any plans on archiving them. Fair enough. And then, yeah, you don't really need to fuck about with it then. You can just leave it entirely. Thorny Briar. So I guess in effect, we're just finding these confessor statues, destroying them, getting inside like their essence, and just fucking like stealing their guilt like build up, so we can like bear it with us instead. If I'm understanding this right. Leaning towards using OBS anyway, since I already installed it. Yeah. OBS is like, you know, there are issues and location like fuck up and all that, but like as these things go, it's pretty much like, you know, the go-to nice and easy best one to use. I'm sure like you can get more out of like fuck is it? Depending on what you're trying to do and what setup and all, you can use stuff like, what's the other stream one? XSplit? Yeah, that one. XSplit, but yeah. No use for me. No use. I think XSplit is mainly for like easier or more refined multi like capture card setups and shit, but you can still do that in OBS, just yeah. Probably not as well or whatever. This is just you telling me all this again. Yeah. Whoops. See, we got that one. None there. We're going down to that one. None there, so we'll probably just like pile back out and take like the high road, high and easy road to there. And the toilet doesn't have one. That has one. There's no easy fast travel to it, so we'll just have to. I guess you just drop down there, follow the path straight down. Yeah, it's not too hard to get to. It's just a lot of dropping, and that one's easy enough to get to. That can be got to from any warp point. Yeah. Just right, down, right, and then just follow the area through. Bonk. I just wanted you to go down. Didn't set off the ghosts. I'll take that. I mean, I'm close enough that I might as well just do what I said. Take like the high road instead of using the fast travel. Actually, you know what I can do is, for speed reasons, take the fast travel here over to the Brotherhood of Silent, Silent Brotherhood. Get its one, fast travel back, and continue that path. There is. I'm gonna use the checkpoint here just in case I die in the fight. Wrong room. It's the warp room. Oh wait, no, it's the room above entirely. Whoops. Something a bit cosmic doing this says, like the red, like the red sword skin. Committing maximum sin and guilt here. Oh, stay on. Whoops. Stop being halfway, you madman. I read that like a second, Emily, don't worry. I saw it. Oh, that was handy. That Pope was determined to save her. Oh hell. That went pretty well. Embers of a broken star. Bloodstained Briar. Seems I was wrong about Ninty Direct this month. I mean, Nintendo's ways are basically unknowable. I really wanted to know about new games. I get the feeling like it will be like January seems like a good time to have one. It's either like January or February. They'll have one like early year to go like, here's what we have, you know, like from here to like the end of spring, and then maybe one more in the middle of spring, and then one at E3. I think that'll be like the pattern. Or I could be entirely wrong, but that's what I think what the pattern will be. A deep crevice by a forgotten miner. Lost his mind in the labyrinth of its facets. A non-existent light. Increases the favor granted with light hacks. Hey. Alright, I have to go to the toilet, so I will... Two of my biology students made a diagram with multiple graphs in it, then wrote down which graph is which color. Then they printed it out in black and white. Oh, dipshits. I read the message. I have freed myself of the guilt. I know the weight, the true weight of guilt. Or weight of true guilt. Right. We are here. Mother of Mothers. All of Holy Prohibitions. And the Peaks. Peaks and Brotherhood. So we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need to go to Grievance Ascends, Library of Negated Words, and Mercy Dreams. So you, and you. Hello, my son. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. He wants to see out the window. Holy shit. He's awake now because I went to the toilet. Whenever I leave the room while he's sleeping in it, it's like 50-50 whether he'll get up and follow me or just, you know, either steal my spot or keep sleeping. And this time he came after me. Logic of this game dictates that we have a battle to death. Only then can you be freed from your sins. Alas. I mean, if I'm the sinner, then am I the one who just keeps getting back up until he wins, or are you? Here's... I guess we're both sinners, really, in this equation. You have to take the height, please. Grab the ladder, I beg of ye. It was a low throw all along. I tried. Promise you. Perfectly done. Actually using spells. Where are we going anyway? Straight shot across and up. Alright. Pardon me. You're all sinners. Last time during Lent I ate a steak. Please forgive me. So did I think. That or just kept consuming chicken, because yeah, like not even Jesus himself will stop me from eating chicken. Alright. Oh, good. Off the flying start. I might have firearms ready done before the new Shovel Knight game drops. Hey. That did not hit him. The golden deer path at least. I kind of wonder, because I don't know. I don't know if you know offhand, like, do you need, is it one, like, in case we need to do all 3 routes to get, like, the full story, or are they just, like, 3 separate stories? Because that might determine whether or not I can, depending on how much I like it, of course, because if I love it, I'll do all of them or whatever. Or if I'll just do one. If it's just like, well, they're all just like their own take on the same story, it's kind of like, well, I can go without. They are all completely independent, there's no true right. Ooh. I'm surprised they resisted the temptation. Considering, you know, with like Fates, that was like, well, both of these are like stories, but the real story is the little DLC one. Interesting. Please drop down. Or just don't pull off the dash, that's also cool. It was just 2 heads. So it's interesting, there's no true right. Crimson Briar. That's entirely my bad. Rip. At least in normal mode, game's pretty easy. I mean, that's fine, as that will facilitate the pseudo replay nature of going through any shared events or whatever of each line pretty well. Easy to do. Forgot about you. straight up around to that, and then what? I guess 2 El Barrow down here, take the left, and just work our way back. That seems like the best plan, honestly. Yeah. Release that fucking tap after I jumped. I forgot about him entirely. Oh, I'm just getting owned by books. I looked over at the time because it was kind of like, Mary Skelter. I saw that's getting... Mary Skelter 2, if I remember, is getting a limited games run. Or something to that effect. Is getting a limited, a physical print run somewhere over here. Over here as in the West in general. I'm pretty sure. I might have, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I read that right. I'm not just hallucinating that. Then getting close to the end. Whoop. I've got you. Yeah, you tried. Alright, you can't grab those. Did you hit any more, like, batshit bosses or anything, or is that, did the difficulty curve eventually just hold? Like, stabilize and hold? Actually got a bit easy for a bit. Hey. Why did you fall through the platform? I wanted you to swing up, you asshole. Started to pick up again in the area I'm on, though not as ridiculous at all. Well, that's good at least. I just when I tapped him and did his fucking death blow, and yet he still kept going. Yes, it is that way. Oh, Jesus, here we go. A bit of Cadence Ohio today. How was it? I've seen a bit of it and it looks pretty neat. Although, not my thing. I'm surprised it exists still, honestly. Get to the Necrodancer XL, yeah. That's exactly what it said on the tin. Oh, fuck you. Forgot this detail. Well, that's roguelike then. Trip to the necrodancer. And that encourages me, at least. The spikes are the fucking bane of my existence. I was hoping that would be a dash attack like that. The in-sync death is... It does have a permadeath though, for those who really want it. And it's good to have the option. Spikes directly below me or something. I did it again. Hang on. Is that my... You'd think I'd remember to take my phone off of, like, vibrate only in... Because I always leave it on vibrate only in work, because that way, like, I'm not blasting the ringtone. Not that I have any, I just use the default one. But I keep forgetting to take it off or whatever, so I just have to hear the buzzing overall, either on my headphones or me talking shit or whatever. So Kingdom Come Deliverance has a hardcore difficulty that makes it more realistic and very, very frustrating. I heard with the difficulty it's one of the hardest action RPGs out there. Now I'm kind of obliged to stream that one day. I mean, I wouldn't do it myself, but like if you want to stream it, I absolutely would watch. The more that piques my morbid curiosity. If they mix it more realistic, like what do we define as realistic here? I should actually pop open Girls Frontline while I'm here. Alright, touch this. Touch it. Be free. Where's my guilt symbol anyway? Or to just not get one because it spikes, or just the like the oppressor. Why is it there? Did it just get mapped there if the game doesn't know where to put it? Whatever, that's easily retrieved at least. You right there again? Oh, we entered a death loading screen? I think it might have fucked itself. North, south, east, and west will no longer be visible on the compass, so be sure to check the time of day and where the sun is located. Great. Waypoints are shown only when you get close to them. That one I don't mind so much. Fast travel isn't possible. That can go to hell. You'd have to make travel a very specific kind of like interesting or fun or zen to kind of justify that one in the size of the world. Yeah, I think the game's just fucked itself. Give me a second. Oops. Come on. There's no auto-saving. The game can only be saved by drinking savior schnapps, sleeping in your own bed, paying for a bathhouse full service, or exiting the game. Deletes once the game is started up again. I mean, that's some dedication. I mean, depending on the nature of like how like the difficulty, like how you get hit and die and all that, that just sounds like a recipe for the entire game is RNG. While we're here, a vaguely golden white one, 92.75. Can't rely on eating from the cooking pots. The best way to regenerate health is to sleep. Food and healing potions take quite a while to kick in. You're only alerted to your current health and stamina levels by means of in-game visual effects. Okay, so jam on screen. Right. Briefly concerned that this doorway was just fucked or something. Combat is more realistic in hardcore mode. Strikes have a more realistic impact and engaging combat and experienced warrior. Without wearing quality armor is very deadly. Combat is more realistic. Oh. Traders pay less for goods and rewards are lower overall. Repairing items are even costlier. This just sounds like misery mode, really. The good part. Dare I ask? Luigi, why are you so wide-eyed? It's just mom walking about, kitty cat. I was hoping you would dodge past him, but I guess the shield is impassable. You have to choose at least 2 of the following perks. Oh no. Nightmares. Every time you wake up, you're shaken from your nightmare and suffer a short-term debuff. Sleeping becomes more of a quote-unquote tactical choice. Claustrophobic. When you close your helmet visor, your attack lowers. You have to choose between better protection or higher attack. But claustrophobia won't proc in any other situations, like being surrounded by too many people or being in small areas. Hemophilia, you bleed more, which makes taking hits in combat riskier. Numbskull lowers your EXP again. Goddamn. And the stomp. Perfect perk for players who thought the vanilla skill progression was too fast and felt overpowered in late game. It's more to work out your level. More work to out-level your opponents with this perk. Okay. Shakes. For true sadists, makes aiming a bow and picking pockets and locks harder. Oh good. Just okay, well, blah. Consumption. Your stamina regenerates slower. Combat is more challenging and requires thinking ahead of each strike. Given some of the things I've heard about the combat system of that game, or at least not the combat system so much as the encounters and encounter design, these combat must be the more difficult ones to seem like asking for hellish amounts of trouble. Tapeworm. You get hungry faster, and since eating from pots around the world is no longer such a viable option, this makes the survival element more prominent. Somnambulant. Fun perk. There's a slight chance you will wake up somewhere else than when you fell asleep. Provides a challenge, quite a challenge when you wake up in an unknown place and can't see your position on the map. Very rarely you can also sleepwalk your place to some secret areas. Yeah, that one's actually like interesting. That one's got like something going for it. Brittle bones. You must be careful running down cliffs when riding a horse. Falls are more dangerous. Yeah, Somnambulant is the only one really interesting. The rest are all just, you know, like, arbitrarily fuck yourself in some way. Right. Yeah, there wouldn't be a fucking warp portal down there, would there? As a true man, I would obviously choose all of them. Just be an absolute wreck of a person. Just fucking various diseases, physical conditions, just problems in general. You simultaneously have hideous nightmares that shake you awake, but also just can get up and wander wherever the fuck in your dreams, screaming as you go. Yeah, just up through, go to El Barrow. Hello, my son. He's just sitting here on top of the computer now. He doesn't know what to do himself. Like most games that allow negative perks, like those you try to make up for it by allowing you to pick more good ones. Yeah, there's like a weighting thing where like you take more negative ones, you get like more points or more allotment for better stuff. Or like the negative aspect will have some sort of like positive payoff, or vice versa, where like a really positive thing will have some sort of like negative attachment to balance it out. Rip. Yeah, I never really did use carrying all that much after these guys, did I? Maybe that would help some of my woes, although I didn't need it for a lot of fights, in my opinion. I don't think I'd ever play the hardcore mode alone, but it sounds like a fun stream thing. Yeah, it sounds like a wacky thing to mess around with. For the purpose of yucks, but as an actual thing, it just sounds like, you know, like misery and putting up with a lot of faffing about and fucking about. Oi. Oi. No, you're not allowed down the back of the computer. Peeking down the back of the computer and beginning to like, lean over like he was trying to like drop down. Keep an eye on him when he's on top of that. See, could be because now you have to been sleeping for a bit. He could be hungry. I don't know because he's just sitting here and not like meowing or trying to make me follow him and leave or anything. It's hard to tell with Luigi. Also, I don't know if he would be, because he did. Well, I had chicken for dinner, and he did get bits of chicken. And that usually stuffs him for the night. He hasn't tried to leave the room, at least. Oh, the door's closed again.
Find the next remnant.
Whoops. There we go. Alright. So, last place to go, because that was Mercy Dreams, is that one. It's down through the cistern, through Fireland, down the one side, through the bell, into there, hit it, And I don't know, cast myself into a void or something. That's kind of the thing that we busted all the statues, so any guilt after that would have to be retrieved. Like, fair, I don't really, strictly speaking, need magic for fighting the final boss again. Thinking about it, either that square or behind that chalice is another, like, mea culpa statue. 'Cause thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I have, like, do I have one tier skills, like, still locked? I do. So I'm going to realize that must be what's behind that fucking chalice challenge. I'm here. Need to be at an altar, right? New Shovel Knight campaign. Yacht Club is also launching a Shovel Knight platform fighter thing. I'd heard about it, yes. I haven't paid it any heed yet, though. It's going to be compatible with Steam's remote play thing. I feel like now that that's a thing, indie developers are going to be making use of that in lieu of, like, having their own netcode or anything. Which is only really going to be fine if, like, equivalents that are equally compatible start coming out for, like, good old games or whatever the fuck. Speaking of which, I do know that, because I got him it, that Chris does have River City Girls now on Steam. So that might be starting soon. Still waiting for my limited run physical Switch copy to come. Get it on Ninty, make your subscription work it. They already have that with the SNES and SNES games. They do. Actually, hang on. When you say that get it on Ninty, what do you mean? Because I think I misunderstood. I think no fast travel would easily be the one thing that would bother me the least. And in the good old world game, just traveling around would be quite fun. Also, I definitely prefer no fast travel or just point and click on map and be there with Living in Skyrim. Of course, having a proper fast travel system integrated in the world like Morrowind is still the best. Aye. Oh, I see. I see now. Yeah, okay. No, I did understand then. That's fine. I don't necessarily like, because that's the thing. Like in Final Fantasy 15, I actively didn't use fast travel. In that, I always use I did use the car because that was the entire point, and running around the entire world would take far too fucking long. Especially since there's like points of interest are distant apart and it's designed to around the car entirely. But never like fast traveled with the car. I always just like I always just like let the car ride. So if it was like, okay, 5 minutes real. Are you shitting me with this? It looked like I was gonna get on it. I thought I was fucking over it and I was about to get on it and it'd been fine. Alright, forgot about that. These guys are the ones you need for that. I'm pretty sure now it's just one of the sword buff statues, which, would be like more attack power, and I think that's quite useful in itself, but I don't know if I want to fuck with all that and dealing with yet more spikes just for... Because, like, the amount of power we have now still tears the final boss apart fairly easily. It just, you know, I have to not be an idiot about it. Fucker. It's down here again. I think that's just to get to there. It's not for actual progression is what I mean. Yeah, that's just to get the thing going. Right. Hello, my son. So, when is Shovel Knight Showdown coming down? Is it like soon, or? Single player mode for each character, and it has a ton of them. Hey. Quite commendable. The one pit you can fall all the way down because you're required to by story. Sit here. Maybe that's not ideal necessarily, because we could see a time like casting ourselves into a void, but again, with our removing our grief solutions. Speed. 10th of December, same as King of Cards. So all the knights, a couple of otherwise common mooks, and even a bunch of supporting characters. Hey. I need to get that a proper look in then. I still need to play, like, the fucking Shovel Knight DLC. So I never did play the Plague Knight one. I keep hearing good things about the Spectre Knight one. I feel like that will probably be incredibly up my alley, but just haven't got around to it. Even the Baz is getting his time to shine. Hang on a second, we get in here, we're gonna pause. There you are. Just making sure Kitty Cat's not misbehaving. I think he is hungry, so I'm gonna beat this out and then go feed him. Plague of Shadows is basically a small remix of the original, though I still recommend it since the character plays so differently. Kind of interested in Dragon's Stall with fast travel since I heard that people were quite frustrated with it, so it might actually be a decent system. I think people complained that fast travel was expensive to do all the time, but it's been a while since the original release, so I might remember it wrong. Spectre of Torment is bloody amazing, remixes stages a ton, and is essentially a whole new game. Ooh. That's what I like to hear. I need to give that one a whirl. I think before I properly archived everything, eons ago, I did like stream quite a bit of Shovel Knight. Did, like, you know, beating it on New Game Plus. I remember intending to platinum it, which would require like the various challenge runs, and maybe I still will go back and try my hand at that. It was almost my death. I would have been so very mad. You completed all the challenges. Damn. I had to, like, there's no relics, speed run. Like, you know, beat it as fast as possible, or beat it within whatever the time was. I just needed to do that. And, like, break all checkpoints, which I didn't do either. I never actually started any of them. Maybe at some point I will. Alright, these things. Yeah, to parry them. Seashell, the inverted spiral. The things we get out of these are a bit curious. The Custodia of Sin. Alright, that's the thing we needed. Skilly coin. Serving golden disc covered by the dry mold of a reptile. Hey. Against all elemental damage. Well, yeah, we're gonna put that one on for the final boss. Some places you can always do that, but you gotta find these crystals, man. You place stuff in the places you won't travel to frequently, and there aren't that many of them. That system reminds me of the moonstones from Ultima. Let's see. Yeah, they are the extra thrust one. Let's just put that in instead. I think we need to keep the true weight of true guilt on. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think just going just down through here, taking the lift up, getting the Albero, and using the fast travel point is the safest and sanest option. You always relocate them, but you still need to hoof it to actually get the crystals there. I feel like that's a fine balance. If you can, because you can move them again. Then you know, like, really, what's the issue? Hang on. No, it is this way. The other one's just fucked off, I think. Really saw myself not putting the crystals in places of interest, but in between the places of interest. So they'll walk a bit to get places, but a single crystal will work for more than one location. That's the smart way of doing it. I like that it makes you like consider those things and have to like think about that. You're placing them yourself, so you have to like be careful and think about where you're gonna place them to like minimize your own burden. Alright. Yeah, I hear him like pulling up the stairs. I'll be right back. I just realized I didn't unpause recording. Okay, yeah, I realized I hadn't actually unpaused recording when I had gone to do the cat thing. So, I mean, I didn't miss anything new, exactly speaking. We did miss the Shovel Knight chat, so like, I guess for the VOD's sake, I just want to point out that Yacht Club have made it so that just owning a physical copy of Shovel Knight now means you just own all of it, even all the DLC. So, Plague of Shadows and Spectre of Torment and King Cards are now all on the docket. And Showdown? Like, fucking hell. The original Shovel Knight campaign was also renamed Shovel of Hope after Treasure Trove became a thing. I like that. That's nice. Given like the original one its own like campaign title and all. And a good one at that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So it kind of baffles me just how fucking like generous as developers they are doing that. Alright. We're at the final boss. Wrecked him his first form because it's basically nothing. Especially not now that we have the shell and we just have higher magic elemental resistance. Like that didn't do anywhere near as much damage as it usually does. For fuck's sake. The chin ganking, come on. Drink the fucking blood, drink the fucking blood. Come on. Still is a hefty amount of damage. Nowhere near what it did before. It's still a hefty amount. That's the fucking poison bubbles this time, doesn't it? Not done any of like the super laser beams. This is gonna be bad. Yep, okay. Physical copy should be auto updated to the treasure trove, so yeah, you got all of it. Fuck me. That's good though. It's fucking all on the cards. He just didn't fucking let up there. Like, that many fireballs was just fucking hell. Admittedly, I was being incredibly, like, reckless and just jumping into him and just trying to get the hits in more than anything. Which I shouldn't have done, but... you know. Oh, like, stuff like the lightning triple gank is just nasty, though. At least the first form was like, it wasn't exactly much before it would tag you with like really powerful magic if you were reckless and not careful. It's not that bad. Look how many of those come out after he's done casting the fucking spell. Because right after I say, oh, he's not that bad, he proceeds to just wreck me by using the nastiest spell twice in a row. Yeah, no, I might just have to Take the L on this one.
Now you see.
Come on. We don't need to heal up the moment we get in here. Main thing was he didn't do any of the giant laser beams this time. I mean, usually, like last time, the winning run, he did fuck tons. Here he goes. Speak of the devil. Oh, fuck me then. All of it is just fucked. Oh, come on. At least it didn't catch me in the chain gang that time. Oh. Like, the timing on these is a bit arcane. Had to get that damage in because we had one right by his face so I could do the full 4 whack. Here we go. Come on. There we go. That fucking death animation though. The fucking arm out of like the gut doing like a peace sign thing. We done it. I do like that, the Summa Blasphemia.
You have freed His Holiness from his afflicted torment, and now he walks by the old processions on the other side of the dream. The cradle of the grievous miracle, the final relic. The grail of blood and gold that emanated from the forehead of the Father as he silently lamented the moment of his blessed twisting. That first relic is here, at the top of the Ashen Mountain, next to the turned throne where His Holiness was kissed by a miraculous pain. And now, your final communion with the miracle awaits. Only you would be able to know how much of it has seeped into your guilty heart.
Alright, let's see. He's not slowing down, he's going all the way up this time. It permits his access. Now we're becoming a tree, like those before us. But now they worship our tree corpse in turn.
thus came the moment of final communion with the sword born of guilt. A last sacrifice in order to finish penance and break off with the ungodly will of the grievous miracle.
He notes that it is ungodly.
But the plans of the miracle are capricious. Penance never ends, but changes, hurts, and condemns at will. There is no place for the penitent one on the other side of the dream. His place is here among us.
Very nice soul tree.
He is the new father and the last son of the miracle.
We are nigh the Pope.
Recipient of our prayers.
Or God.
forever and ever.
So we end the miracle and its hideous twitching, its hideous corrupting essence on the land. But in return, we are forever tormented by it. As this soul tree. It's interesting. I mean, that's right, because like the first guy who like the guy who invoked who's like prayers for like punishment or guilt or whatever that invoked the miracle in the first place turned into a tree. Apparently the big pile of shit is like the big pile of ashes from when the first tree burnt down or something. Alright, well, we've seen this. Someone's walking.
And thus shall your name be erased under the heavens.
Oh, it's you. Oh, you don't know what you've done lately. Son of the miracle. So now she's pulled out the sword of unending penitence. The cycle goes on. A Blasphemous 2, perhaps? A more vibrant color for ourselves. That's a good game as Blasphemous. I really like that. It's dark as hell. That's what I loved about it. It's just this incredibly dark, grim, and gothic thing, reveling in its own like discussions of sin and guilt and penance and making good. There's like a lot to digest there, and I might even just rewatch my own footage just to try and piece things together. Try and determine what the ultimate, because like it became clear at that point the ultimate goal was to end the miracle by tearing apart the church and its upper echelons because they had become in some way corrupt or unfitting. That much is clear, but the rest of it there's a lot to put together. It's the sort of shit I like, about corrupt and evil religions and shit, and just in grim, gothic, murder-filled fantasy fests of misery. This is the good shit. Yeah, really good game. Plays really well. Only a few little design issues. Some of the boss fights, like I said, like half the boss fights are kind of weak. Other half are pretty good. World design's really good, spike pits aside, and it's fucking gorgeous. The music's fantastic. It's not like the aesthetics are so goddamn on point. Like the art and animation, sprite work, all of it's top tier. I'd easily recommend that to people. Given like the breadth of competition this year, I don't know if I'd put it in the Game of the Year contender field, but it would absolutely be like runner up at the absolute least. But yeah, that's Blasphemous. Next stream is gonna be Friday, and yeah, it's gonna be Deadly Premonition, as I said, and then after Deadly Premonition, the field is open for whatever whimsy strikes. Which might be like pile of might be up. Well, actually no, because like Deadly Premonition might well take me into like January, and then it'll start being alternated with that and PC Monster Hunter. And then after that, it's like, whatever strikes. Probably like a big pile of Shovel Knight DLC. Seeing as that's now all on the list. And then we'll just, back to plucking things out of the backlog at will. And then, any which way, it'll be something, after Deadly Premonition, it'll be things that don't make me think as much about themes and stories and everything else. But yeah. Good shit. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you on Friday for Deadly Premonition, and then, yeah. I'm now going to go curl into a ball and desperately await the end of work tomorrow, because I'm going to see Promare tomorrow night. Yeah, thank you for coming out. Thanks for watching, and good night, everyone. Hammer. See yous.